Lisa, and today I'm going to be sharing with you some updates on my pregnancy. I'm currently 16 weeks along, so let's kind of cover everything that's happened up till now.
Are we at the end or are we at the start? 129.
Go to my first prenatal appointment.
Anywhere we go is where I long to roam. Night or day, I'm taking you all the way, 'cause my heart screams, let me carry you.
I feel like time has flown by so fast already. My husband and I have been really busy lately, and so I'm sorry that we have not been able to put out videos in the past few weeks and that the videos have been just kind of scattered and everything. Thank you for understanding, and more than that, thank you so much for all of your continued prayers for us through this pregnancy. We truly appreciate your guys' prayers, and every time we get a message from you guys just checking on us or saying that you're praying for us, it seriously means so much. So my first trimester, I'm gonna be honest, I'm thankful that that part's over. About 6 weeks along, I started to get some nausea and morning sickness. This was just the very start though, because as I got further into the first trimester, it got worse and worse, to the point where I was getting sick at least once, if not 2 or 3 times a day. It was not fun. Thankfully, I was able to eat and stay hydrated. I was able to keep most of my food down, thankfully, but there was a lot of things that I couldn't eat that just did not sound good. My diet was very limited, and I was getting sick almost every day, and it was just not fun. I'm feeling so much better, which is great. Thank you, Lord, for giving me a break from that, because it was pretty tough. I was also really tired in the first trimester. I would take naps almost every single day. Now I have a lot more energy, and I just feel more myself with not being sick and everything. It just feels so great right now. I love being pregnant, and I love this stage of the pregnancy. So currently right now I'm 16 weeks, like I said. Tomorrow I will be 17 weeks. So I am almost at the end of this 16 weeks. So we're 4 months into the pregnancy already. That's so crazy. We heard our baby's heartbeat yesterday. I had another prenatal appointment, and it's always just so encouraging hearing that heartbeat. And it's just a reminder of how good God is and how faithful He is. So just so you guys know, your prayers are working, so thank you. We did get a couple ultrasounds done during the first trimester. This was our very first ultrasound that we got done. This was at, I think I was only 8 or 9 weeks along. It was so crazy because we saw the baby like bouncing and moving around. It was just so exciting. It's like, they are definitely alive and healthy. Like, that's so crazy and cool to see. We got referred to a hospital because I am seeing a midwife at a birth center. I'll go more into that in a little bit. But we did get referred to a hospital to have a first trimester screening. So we went in there for that. There's their head, and that's their spine right there. If you can see, I can turn it this way too, so you can see it better. But they got so big from the first ultrasound compared to this one. And crazy, I know, because it was super early, but we did find out the sex of our baby. But you guys don't get to know yet, sorry. However, you guys will know, I think, in probably just 2 weeks or so. We have a whole video we're planning on doing for that. So it's just a couple of weeks, you guys will know, so you don't have to wait too long. So as far as symptoms right now, my belly is actually starting to grow a little bit, which is really crazy to see, and I get so excited. Brylan and I, like, each day we just like look at my stomach and we're just like, oh my gosh, it's getting bigger. It's just really exciting for us. I haven't had any stretch marks or anything yet. I mean, I'm not like that big yet, so I wouldn't expect them this early, but you never know. I have been using this lotion just recently. This is by Cure. It's the Lively Lemongrass and Cocoa Butter Body Lotion. It's really moisturizing. I love this stuff. So I've been using this all over my body, but especially paying attention to those areas that you want to while you're pregnant to avoid stretch marks. There have been a couple times where my stomach has gotten itchy, so I'm trying to avoid scratching, and I just make sure to put more of this on, lather up with that, and it seems to do the trick. I have gotten a little bit of acne, but I've just been using apple cider vinegar as a toner. I used to do that when I had really bad acne, but haven't needed to in a while. But now that I have a little bit of acne forming up, I'm assuming it's just from the pregnancy hormones. I've been using that and it is helping. One random thing is I cannot eat red meat right now, which is really strange. Like, I usually love steak, but my body will not let me digest it. That's the one thing, even now in the second trimester, if I try to eat steak, I will end up getting sick later on in the evening. For some reason, our baby does not want steak right now, so I can't eat it. I constantly have had a runny nose ever since the first trimester, which I guess is a completely normal pregnancy symptom. So that's one thing I notice. I'm like always having to wipe my nose because it's just like running. Now when my bladder gets full, it just starts to hurt because there's like not as much room in there because the baby's growing and everything's expanding down there and everything. So I do have to use the bathroom a couple of times at night, which normally I'd be able to sleep through the entire night and not have to. So kind of going into our, like, how we're planning our birth. Like, this isn't like a whole birth plan. We're still like figuring that out and everything. But our whole mindset approaching pregnancy in general and throughout pregnancy and childbirth is to definitely go for as natural of a pregnancy and childbirth as we possibly can, unmedicated, all of that. So that's my desire. That's just something I've prayed about for a while, and that's just kind of feel the direction I feel led to go. You guys know, if you've been watching this for a while, my husband and I try to eat very, very healthy. We care about nutrition and about our bodies and everything. That part of the pregnancy is really come easy because we've already had that established in our lifestyle and everything. So that has been really nice going into this. My husband knows a lot about nutrition, so he's been a huge help throughout this pregnancy, just with making sure that I'm getting all the right foods and nutrients that I should be. So he's like always like, make sure you eat like broccoli today, or make sure, you know, whatever it is. He's been so good about that. We did decide to go with a birth center rather than seeing a doctor. This is just where I felt more comfortable. I was looking at all my options at first just to see. I was considering a hospital, even though I knew I didn't really want to go that route, but I just wanted to know all my options. And this birth center that we found is fairly close to us, and it's actually covered under our insurance, which is crazy because most aren't. So this was really awesome that we were able to find this place. And we see midwives. There's like a whole team of midwives at this place. So you kind of like see different midwives each time you go in. And then whatever one is on call when you go into labor, that's the one that you'll meet at the birth center. They do home births too, but we both really want to give birth at the birth center. It's a really nice setup there. You feel like you're in a home because it's like just like a regular bed and there's furniture in the room and everything, but it's just really nice and clean and relaxing. I don't have to worry about, you know, stuff here. And plus we have family that lives with us. My father-in-law and my brother-in-law is actually living with us right now as well. So our house is kind of full. So it's kind of nice like going somewhere else, but then having more of that homey atmosphere versus a hospital atmosphere. There's also a huge birthing tub. So if we want to do that, I like the idea of using the birthing tub to help with pain and everything. So that's an option as well. I'm also just trying to look up as much information as I can to prepare for labor and all of that. I am nervous. There's definitely those fears that I have in the back of my mind. But I know this is like the way that I want to go. I just feel so strongly about it. And the fact that I'm not high risk, at least right now, praying that I continue to remain at a low risk pregnancy and I can do this. This is a great option. So one thing that I've found really helpful is this Mama Natural week by week guide to pregnancy and childbirth. Genevieve is actually a YouTuber. You may have heard of her before, but she has a channel called Mama Natural. And she has so much information for, you know, any people that are more into like the natural realm of stuff. She has a lot of pregnancy videos, but she has this whole book. It's kind of like the natural version of what to expect when you're expecting. So my husband actually got this for me for Christmas because I was really wanting it. And I haven't even finished reading it, but everything that I've read so far has been so helpful and so interesting. So I've really been enjoying this. It's had a lot of good stuff in here. A couple of things I'm doing to prepare for labor, starting like I've been doing since the first trimester, is one, seeing a chiropractor. I've been seeing the same chiropractor for over a year now, and he continues to see me while I'm pregnant. Chiropractic work is actually really great for while you're pregnant because he helps to keep my hips in line and everything. And as we get closer to labor, that's going to be really essential. That helps with a faster labor time and it's just an easier birth, which is really good. I want as much help as I can with just having it easier and faster labor. That would be really nice. So that's one thing I'm doing. Another thing is I've been trying to do prenatal yoga every day. I haven't done it every day, to be honest, but I do it at least like probably 5 days a week. And again, that's just with like stretching, it's exercising, and the stretches feel so good on your body while like everything's changing. It just kind of helps to relax everything so that you don't have as much pain while you're pregnant, but then it's also, again, helping with the hips, helping everything to be loose for when you do go into labor. So I've really been enjoying that. Also going on walks. My husband and I like to do that around our neighborhood. And then another thing, I actually bought this tea when I first found out I was pregnant because I'm like, oh cool, a pregnancy tea. But I didn't start taking it at first because I wanted to ask my midwife and make sure this was safe and everything. But it's the Traditional Medicinals Organic Pregnancy Tea. This is basically a raspberry leaf tea, and it has some other stuff in it too, but the main thing is the raspberry leaf, which is supposed to tone the uterus. So this is really good for preparing for labor because it's going to help with your contractions to be more effective. And since your uterus is more toned, hopefully it helps to not hurt as much. I've heard from other women that have taken this that actually does really help with contractions. So that's really nice and good to know. I was actually reading in this book, the Mama Natural book, that she, with her second childbirth, would take this every single day once she got into the second trimester, all the way through till she went into labor. She would have some of this tea every single day, and she felt like it really helped with her labor. So that's something I've been doing. Once I got into the second trimester, I've started taking this every single day and have been. It tastes really good. It doesn't really have that much of a flavor. It's pretty mild. I forgot to bring my prenatal vitamins up here, but I will insert a picture of them. But they are the Garden of Life prenatal vitamins. They're a whole food vitamin, just meaning that all the sources of nutrients actually come from food rather than a synthetic form. So they're just a really good prenatal vitamin. I've been taking those for a long time now, even before I was pregnant. So I have bought in some maternity items too. I have worn a couple as well. Thankfully, my pants actually still fit me, even though my stomach has been getting bigger. They're just kind of tight. So sometimes I do the rubber band trick, and then I would like to get a belly band really soon, which just basically helps you to wear your pants, like your normal pants, longer. But you unbutton them and you have this band that goes over, if that makes sense. But I would like to get one of those because they're not that expensive. So that way I can wear that and save my pants for even longer. But I do, with the clothes that I have bought in, and if I buy anything in the next few weeks, I am going to do a maternity haul very soon. So be sure to stay tuned for that. Something I would like to do over the next couple of weeks is either make or buy prayer cards for my pregnancy and for our baby once they're born. Just like things to like keep remembering to pray for. I've been praying for my pregnancy and my baby, but sometimes it's like good just to have like those reminders, and cards really help me with that. I know the Daily Grace Company, they make prayer cards, and they actually do have pregnancy prayer cards, or prayers for your pregnancy and prayers for your children, I think is what they're called. So there's 2 different sets of cards. So I might end up just buying those or making my own. I'm not sure yet. So I think that's all I want to say for this pregnancy vlog. If I forgot anything, or if there's anything that I left out that you want to know, leave it below and I'll be sure to answer those in our next pregnancy update that I do. I would like to start doing these once a month. I'm going to do other pregnancy type videos, but at least for like just like the update and the vlog type thing, I'd want to try to do them once a month from here on out. So the next one will probably be around 20 weeks. But we have one more thing before we go. I'm gonna show you my bump. Okay, so I have a flowy shirt on right now, but you can't really tell. So let's lift this up so you guys can see the tank top I have underneath, which, so normally I actually have like a really flat stomach. So I have a little bit of a bump going on right there. I'll show you guys. This is not working with this shirt. I want you guys to be able to see. Here we go, kind of. You guys can kind of tell. So there's my bump. All right, so that is it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed this pregnancy update vlog, whatever you want to call it. Be sure to give it a thumbs up if you did. And also, if you don't already, make sure to follow me on Instagram at LOVELICHANNEL. Because I will be posting some more updates on there and everything, so you guys can be sure to hear from me a little more frequently about the pregnancy. So follow me on there and subscribe to our channel if you haven't already. My husband and I, we post all different lifestyle content like this, so be sure to check that out. I love you guys so much, and I'll see you in our next video. Bye!
Are we at the end or are we at the start? 129 beats per minute.